As a younger-ish man, standing next to one of these should be a scary proposition. However, I think times have changed. This is the 2013 Chrysler Town & Country minivan, and I'm not afraid of it. No, I don't have kids. I don't have a desire to have kids. I love dogs, and it's gonna stay that way for a while. But this vehicle is more than about hauling family around. You can haul friends and stuff, and these have become today's modern-day utility vehicles. Normally when we talk about the exterior design of a vehicle here on Auto by Tel, I take a moment to go from the front to the back. I point out aggressive features. I say things about the lower fascia. There's nothing really to talk about here though. There's very recognizable Chrysler design elements, but this really is just a box on wheels. It's got decent looking styled wheels with good Michelin tires. They've added some mirrored chrome here and along the side. Blacked out windows, which is a nice treatment. But I mean, there's not a lot to talk about here. Hopefully minivan design evolves in the future, but for what it is right now, it works. There's nothing special to talk about. Though there's not a lot of form, there is a lot of function. Just from the key fob here, I can open the side doors, both of them. I can open the rear hatch area, and it makes it really easy and accessible. So you had a full load of whatever you're carrying. Now you've got all your doors open, you can put it away, and then if you're on the other side of the vehicle, you can close all the doors back up, which is nice. You can close this from the key fob back here. There's a button inside, but one thing that is a little weird is, say you do have this closed, we're gonna let it close for a moment. Once this thing's down, you can open this from the inside, you can open this from the key fob, but if you go to open it by hand, it's suddenly not power operated anymore. That's an odd, overlooked quirk that is kind of annoying, and frankly, I think they should fix that. So what motivates this boxy beast? Well, under the hood, we've got a 3.6 liter V6 engine. It's good for 283 horsepower and 260 pound-feet of torque, and it's paired with the 6-speed automatic gearbox. It makes actually surprisingly decent noise, and it does have enough power to get this thing up and moving. If you're really adventurous, just give a stab of the throttle and you'll get some tire spin. But it's not that smooth of an engine. You used to see these in Jeeps, and people complained about them, and we don't hate this engine, we don't love it. It gets about 25 miles per gallon on the highway, which is good for a minivan. It could be a little more refined, it could be smoother in its power delivery. It pairs fine with the automatic gearbox, but it could be due for an upgrade in the very near future. Just as you'd expect, there's a whole lot going on the inside of the Town & Country. You've got two video screens here, you've got climate controls, you've got some audio and power inputs down here. Additionally, you've got these comfortable captain's chairs with plenty of room. If you want to stow this chair though, just fold one switch, you've got a table for the back seat. If you want to take it further, you can move this up. If you pull the headrest, it would be closer up here and you'd have even more room back here. But that's nothing compared to what we've got going on in the back. Let's go take a look. In the back seat, this third row, you've got adequate room for kids, but you've got even more room for cargo space. Doesn't look like it right now, but I've got 4 buttons over here, and you can basically one touch and stow all of this stuff. So let's go all the way down to the stow position. One touch of the button, the car's doing the magic itself, and what we're gonna get once these move into position is a flat load floor. Now couple that with the ability to take those seats out of the way, and you've got tons of cargo space. You want to bring just one of them back up, you can do that by only selecting either right or left. It's defaulted to both, but we're going to bring this one back to the normal position. Now, say you don't want normal, say you want to turn it into a table. Let's turn it into a table. And so now it's going to fold the back down. And then let's say you want to bring this one back up, pop it over there, hit normal on this one. Now this one's going to come up and you've got a table. You can bring this one back to a flat load floor. You can stow them, or you can do something kind of interesting, is going to turn both of them into sort of tailgating seating looking the other way. So now they're going to spin around. The backs, which was formerly the seat cushion, are going to turn into the seat backs, and you're going to have seats looking out the back of the car. I think this would be fun to use in almost 70s style, like a station wagon, but it probably wouldn't be that safe. Instead, you're at your favorite baseball stadium or what have you. Now you've got seating looking out the back. Just as there are a ton of features out back, there are a ton of features for the driver up here. Most importantly, you've got two pretty comfortable seats. I don't know how well this material is going to last over the years with a lot of getting in, getting out, but we'll see. I'm not going to make a judgment on that just yet. One thing I don't like in the cabin is the use of this faux plasticky wood and the chrome trim. It just looks cheesy. I think it's time to upgrade the interior materials, especially because this car, as equipped, costs $43,000. Yes, I know minivans are pricey, but Chrysler needs to step up their game here. We've got the last generation Uconnect when the newer Uconnect is out with better display, and that's a fantastic system. This one's dated. You've got okay materials, you've got good visibility, but we need to step it up. Honda is pushing innovations with their Odyssey they just launched. That thing has a vacuum cleaner, which is amazing and insightful for people with children. The Toyota plays up on its fun to drive and aggressive appearance. Chrysler is just content to rest on the fact that the Town & Country is the name in minivans. That's not going to be enough going forward though. So it's going to need something else to push it and keep it relevant. Yes, it's packed with features, it's comfortable, it's got neat options in the back for the stow and go stuff, the one touch, but there's something missing. So what's it like to actually drive this thing? Well, it's like a minivan. It's got plenty of body roll. The steering's a little loose. There's a lot of numbness in top center here with the wheel, but it's all right. You're not gonna freak out and not know where the wheels are on a curve. The engine is surprisingly responsive thanks to all 283 horsepower. I didn't quite expect that, so that's nice. The transmission shifts smooth enough. It could be a little bit cleaner, but it's all right. There you feel that upshift, that downshift, the kick down is actually kind of nice. That said though, the brakes, they're good at first bite, but then you feel the weight of the vehicle and you wish for a little bit more strength out of the pads. The view of the road is fine forward, but it's a minivan, so you got to be careful about what's going on around you. It's adequate for the segment. Again though, at $43,000, it should be just a little bit crisper up front. The engine could be a little bit more refined. And then on top of that, Chrysler has to step their game up in terms of what's going on inside. Yes, there are some cool features, but other automakers are pushing and prodding to grab shares of the market that are turning more and more to CUVs, SUVs, and even wagons are making a little bit of a comeback. Still, it's a minivan, and this vehicle is one of the best vehicles on the planet to transport people. Even not just for families. Say you had 5 friends and you wanted to go to Vegas for the weekend, you know what the best vehicle to take? It's one of these. Everybody's gonna be comfortable. You can have movies playing, you have power outlets to charge equipment, you have a lot going on. So there's a lot more to minivans than used to be. This is now the modern day utility vehicle, and Chrysler's is an okay one in the segment.